Official purpose, let's quickly meet you. Your name and your portfolio, sir.
Okay, I am Gbenga Abimbola. I teach mass communication at Adekunle University at Akoko, but I'm currently on sabbatical at Achievers University of Law as the HOD of Mass Communication Department there.
Wow, nice meeting you in person. In fact, it's a big pleasure because you're a big fish and big fish don't hide.
Thank you.
In fact, I'm so happy to meet you. Okay, moving forward. Today, Fizzy, that's Chronicle Magazine's award, and you gave a lecture on ritual killings and the rest of them, social vices in Nigeria. Personally, how do you see this concept, sir?
Yes, it's a good concept because the topic the Chronicle magazine gave me this year is neither political nor economic, but social and cultural. So it's about safety, it's about the future. What we are having in Nigeria now cannot stand the test of time. Our youths, they are building on false hopes. They don't believe that anything can come by merit. They believe that everything must come by crook or by informal ways. They just want to. This get rich quick syndrome has pervaded every area of our lives, from schools to workplace to the town. You see youths who are just trying to get rich at all costs. And what do? They are either going into cybercrime or they are going into ritual killing. Cybercrime, those who are tech savvy, they commit crime on the internet with the aid of computer and is stealing. Let's call it the real name.
Okay.
And those who are also doing the other one, if they cannot wait for internet fraud, they perpetuate ritual killing in the name of Yahoo Plus. And their victims are drawn from those they use the bait of money in exchange for sex. So the hookup girls, the big babes, the runs girls, the aristos that they take. So many of them they get away, but many of them also don't get away with it, because when somebody who is a student or not even a student doesn't have any job you can trace him to, and is riding exotic cars, living in opulence, living in good houses, taking you to the hotel, that in a whole week he will camp you in a hotel where even if he were to be working, his salary of 1 year cannot pay the bills. And so all these things will come with some what we call consequences. The consequences will be that, because what they do is that for their sacrifice, for their ritual killing, in most cases we are told that it is the person that is close to them, that they love and also love them in return, that we answer for them. And that is why most of our guests are becoming victims. It's not only guests. There are also some innocent people, innocent male victims as well. But we just know that majority of the victims, they are females.
Oh, moving forward, sir, do you really think that this is the making of our youths, or the society has contributed to
Of course, the society has contributed, because you see, everything boils down on leadership. In Nigeria, we are no longer celebrating hard work. We are no longer, preaching patience. We are no longer preaching endurance. We are no longer preaching how to build your life, but we are now preaching opulence, wealth. Even the religious centers are not helping matters. Right. I mentioned it, even in the churches, in mosques, the way they glamorize money. So those who bring the money, they don't want to know the source. As long as you have brought the money, you are welcome. All these things are encouraging the youth to go into vices. Also in the society, when you see people, you don't query their source of income, their source of wealth, and you admit them. You don't ask them to come and donate to whatever you are doing. You make them the celebrities and chairmen and special guests of honors at your wedding ceremony, at your burial ceremony. All these things, they encourage people. They encourage the youth to go into that. But they are not sufficient excuse. Somebody who is well brought up, somebody who is well cultured, somebody who has been trained from home, we know that no matter the pressure, he or she must not go into that. So that is why families have failed. We have many institutions, the family, the church, the mosque, the educational institutions, even the traditional institutions. All these things are failing us. So if we must come out of it, we'll go back to the cause. Let the families, let's begin to teach our children the values. Let us teach them that money is not everything. In my as a university teacher,
Yes.
I used to tell my students, because my students will say, "Oh, God, after money, now money." I used to tell them that it is wrong. Money is not everything, and I have proven it to them that money is not everything. That if money was everything, no rich man would die. No rich man will have sickness. No rich man will have misfortune.
Wow.
That money is not everything. That what defines your life is what you are able to contribute to the society.
Yes.
In terms of the problems you are able to solve in the society. So those who are into ritual killing and cyber crime, they are creating more problems. They are not solving any. So why should we celebrate them? So these are the things the government must also be up and doing to employ and create avenues for employment to thrive. Because I said government cannot just employ, but government must create the enabling environment. The idle hand is the devil's workshop. Thousands of our youth are coming out every year and they are jobless. So if we address job security, there is job security, there is food security,
yes,
then all these crimes will go down naturally.
All right, lastly, sir, because this is a spotlight on you, lastly, sir, what is your take on state character?
Yes.
If you understand what
I understand.
Yes, sir.
State character must be molded by the leadership.
Right.
So now you cannot have a state character. It is the leadership that will model it.
Correct.
Now in Nigeria, what is our state character? Is openness, is affluence. You see, once we elect somebody to be our governor, or to be our president, or to be our senator, they become lords of the man over us. We begin to run after them, we begin to serve them, we begin to worship them, and they begin to go with fleet of cars and security aids, and they begin to they begin to live larger than life. All these things are telling us that the state character we have, it's not that we don't have, the state character we have is faulty,
yes, and
it's not helping matters. And that is why you see these people, they cannot, even their children cannot school with the children of the masses. They cannot compete. They have to give them special treatment. Most of them, they go abroad. Anything, they go abroad. So when we see all these things, it is telling us that we don't have a good state character. Because if we have a good state character, we must take a cue from Nelson Mandela, who, when he was president of South Africa, he did not travel out of South Africa for any medical treatment throughout his presidency. He said what the South African hospitals could not do, let him die. So that is one.
Wow.
Now you see, even though it's not a good example because it's a military regime, that is the leader of Burkina Faso now.
Okay.
So you see that military leader there is modeling it. He has started, in fact, the last thing he did this month now is that the judges, the lawyers must be adorned in African robes. That we must shed ourselves of the toga of European mentality. That is one. Yes. And he has been modeling it. He's riding the old vehicle that is very, very old and rugged. Is the one he's still riding. He refused to be bought a new car or an official car.
Even as president
yes,
of the country.
And he personally goes to the farm, goes to supervise projects. So a state character, we must have our leaders, whether you are a governor, you are a president, who will be serving people, who you will
yes,
see that they are alive. When Nyerere was president of Tanzania, there was a riot. The university students went on riot and they went to the government palace, the one called government house. That what was the cause of the riot? They said in their hostel. I'm talking of many years back.
Okay.
So in the days of yore, they said there was no egg. That egg was no longer in their menu. Now why should he continue to be the president? So when they told him, he said, please allow them to enter the government palace. He said, enter and search through the kitchen, search everywhere, that if you find one piece of egg, I will resign. And they searched, and he said, because I know that egg was scarce, that you could not eat egg. I, the president, I didn't deserve to eat egg. And that was the end of the protest. So we must have leaders who can show example, who will not be talking from both sides of their mouth, saying something and doing something else. So that is what we can do.
Wow. In fact, you're a gift to this generation, sir. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate your take on this. Sir, we will still interview you more some other time. Right. We thank you for this interview with Evosa TV channel. God bless you, sir.